but I don't know enough to really say a whole lot about this. And so I'm not going to. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Don't listen to me. I'm nobody. Love you, AI. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing great. We are off to the market. It's Tuesday. Do you know what that means? I might add that to the next trivia cancer YouTubers updates. I enjoyed that show, actually. I actually enjoy doing lives. It's just that I don't always feel really up to it. But I'm thinking of you all the time. I'm just like, I should make content out of that. I made my own homemade pesto the other night, and it's been like decades since I've actually made it homemade. But now that we have all these herbs and stuff, usually I buy basil and it just dies when you buy a basil plant from the grocery store. So I had seen a YouTube video that said it's actually more than one plant. That's what makes it bushier. So you kind of have to separate them and replant them. So we took, actually Chris did that. He separated, I think he found that there were 2 plants in there. Otherwise they just get overcrowded. And yeah, I feel like they're designed to not last when you buy herbs in a pot from a grocery store, because, then they can sell you more. But it's actually doing good, and it's given us a lot of leaves. And it grows really fast too. Anyway, so pesto was good, but that's not really what I was talking about. I should have made content out of it. And sometimes I don't think of it until I'm in the middle of it, but just not always feeling up to it. One thing I just put in my members only was that I started electronics. I wanted to learn electronics. I want to make like an EMF meter. And I thought, well, how hard can that be? So yeah, I'm learning electronics. But listen, I'm getting distracted. We are at Ruts, the farmer's market. And by the way, it is 9 a.m., but it is really crazy. It is really crazy. And it's warm already. So what I was saying is that it's Tuesday, and this is the day that Neon goes to visit Mom for dinner. So what we do is we go to Ruts for dinner, and I cannot even believe this. They're parked across the street, and then this guy is making it really hard to see. Oh my goodness. I brought my little trolley. I have a little cart. So, all right, here we are. Always parking next to the sun. Okay, let's go in and get some chicken. I'm going to take my mic off though, sorry. But I'll see what I can film in there if it's not too crazy. I think I should just get a GoPro. All right, there we go. That was a really nice eBay find a couple years ago. Excuse me. Got some goods. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Really hard to do this with one hand. That's a big tomato. Good. Oh, okay. Can I just get can I get a half a pound of the raw cashew pieces? Thank you. All right, we're getting it full. That'll be it.
Stay. Mom told me to stay.
Okay, mission accomplished. I cannot even believe, like, it's still, I don't think it's like 10 o'clock really. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think they open at 8, but they're already crowded by 7. It's crazy. I didn't even show you most of it. There is a whole flea market side of it, and I don't even know, like, I know that they can go to other markets, but this is only open once a week. That's it. I mean, it's so early. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's so early, like, for a store to open. There's like stores that are not even open yet. But you saw some of the prices. Some of them are really good. Some of them, you know, like, there are certain meat prices that are not really, they're comparable to the store, but you're getting a bigger quality, a much better quality. Anyway, craziness. Craziness. So, why have I called you here today? Looks like it's actually going to rain. Sorry, I'm kind of sweaty. So, I'm going to go home and take a shower. It was really hot in there with all the people. I mean, you know, it's portable buildings. There's really no air circulation. Anyway, I didn't get any dessert though. I'll tell you what, it looked good. I'm trying to stay away from that processed sugar. Sometimes when I buy something and I find out that Chris already kind of had a dessert, and he might still go over to Roots today, but I'm not sure what time I would suggest. It's real hit or miss. Sometimes I go in there and there's like barely anybody there. So I might just finish this one at home a little bit later. I'm starting to just suddenly pooping out, and yeah, I'm almost home, so I'm just going to do that. I don't even think I'm going to stop for coffee. So I'll talk to you in a little bit, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Hi, everybody. I'm feeling much better now. Sorry about that. It kind of comes on pretty sudden, and then this is the next day. I went home and laid down. Sometimes I don't nap. Sometimes I just need to lay down and shut my eyes for a little bit, kind of a meditation. And I had this low-grade nausea, but I pushed through. I took a shower. I got ready to finish this video at home. I was all ready, and then it was just like, no, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. So we all have to do that. When you have cancer, it's just not always on the go. You can't always do it spontaneously. And, you know, I do miss those days, because if I had started my channel a few years ago, well, I did start it a few years ago, but if I had have done that before the cancer kicked in, I'd probably upload several times a day. No, that's several times a week. Let's not get crazy. I had more energy, but not that much. So anyway, I did mean to talk about my test results on the way back yesterday, but now we'll talk about them on my way to BJ's. So it was a kind of a mixed bag. Obviously, I don't have them in front of me, but the truth is that I wouldn't go over them in too much detail because I don't have a lot of information here. I'm going to be seeing my oncologist in less than a week, and I want to address some things with her. But the good news is that there has been very little change. I think there might have been a little bit change, but it could have just been the wording. I mean, they did mention the, they can see the tumor tissue in the left and the right peritoneum. So, I mean, it's a rare form of ovarian cancer, but I don't have ovaries. And there's definitely a difference between the ovarian serous low-grade ovarian cancer. Used to call it primary peritoneal carcinoma the first time I was diagnosed. And they've stepped away from that a bit. I think it's just because it can be confusing because it's of the same tissue. I'm fine with it, but it is basically cancer of the peritoneum. So I read the results. Obviously, like I said, things seem to be stable enough. There might be a little bit of change, but not much. But it does continue to grow, so I'm sure there is change, but not what the camera's picking up, obviously. But there were a couple other notations. Because it was 2 scans, lower and upper abdomen and part of the chest, every time they mention like something about, and I'll read it to you or I'll put it up there, I'm not sure, but about the heart having a small valve issue or something, and there's clogged arteries, whatever. And every time I go to the cardiologist, he says everything's fine. I mean, we do tests and they come out good. So I'm like, okay, so maybe that's like just fine. That's apparently okay with my age. But this time, there were 2 other things mentioned in the report that I was a little concerned about. One of them being venous insufficiency. And that is generally when the heart you're not pumping blood back up to the heart. And my lower legs, well, basically ankles and feet are a little swollen, and they have been for a couple of months, almost consistently. I think almost everybody has swollen feet once in a while, cankles, too much salt, that kind of thing. But I've always been able to just, it'd just be gone in a couple of days. And I'd be able to tell you what I ate and how that happened. But in this case, I took away the salt. I did everything. I elevated my legs, which did give a little bit of relief. But yeah, I mean, my friend Tracy said, do we need to go shoe shopping? I'd rather have smaller feet instead of getting bigger shoes. I made an appointment with a cardiologist. I think I'll start there. I might have to go see a vascular person, but I don't know enough to really say a whole lot about this. And so I'm not going to. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Don't listen to me. I'm nobody. Love you, AI. But I'm just going to tell you what it was. And you know what? A lot of you are educated. A lot of you are well versed. I know that there are some medical professionals here, and there's also people that have gone through that. So I would love your experience. Let me know in the comments below. And but I don't want to really say much more till I see those particular doctors. And the other thing that kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I should be really concerned or not, but apparently there is a thickening wall in my esophagus. So I don't think it said it in this report, but the last report it said there was a thickening wall of the sinuses, which was apparently noted that was not uncommon for someone my age. So I kind of ignored it, and I thought, when I eat, my nose runs, but that could be a lot of other things, and I don't think it's the vagus nerve. But because I'm on Manjaro, remember, for the diabetes. It's not a large dose, otherwise I would lose a little weight, which would be nice, but it's enough to just keep my sugars down. And I know that there is stomach emptying and things that go with that, the GLP-1s. So I just figured that maybe a runny nose was just an indication of the Manjaro, but it could be something else. And I'm not going to overthink it. Okay, I'm lying. I'm going to overthink it. But I'm going to say that I'm not. I'm going to stay positive because my doctor's appointments are not all that long. They're not that far away. So I should have some answers soon. I have a feeling it's going to be just more tests, and it's stuff I don't want to go through. But if they're diagnostic tests, I don't mind. I just don't want to go through a lot of treatments for it. So I'm just hoping that it's like, this is it, your new normal, and it's fine. Get on with your life. I mean, if there is some treatment that would keep my nasal passages dry, I don't know. I don't know if that's it. I don't know what's related to what. I don't know what's what. I really don't know what's what. I can't really give you definitions and stuff on stuff I'm not really that well versed. I feel very blessed that certain things weren't shown on the films, obviously, like big tumors and stuff. But it does still pose, even that part of the scan just poses more questions than answers. And that's what I go through every time I get the scans. And one day it'll be different. But until then, I'm blessed with the bonus time, and I still want to take advantage of it and make every day count. So I am almost at BJ's, and then I have to go to the post office because I have mail. I have a post office box. Check the description below. I love getting mail, and whoever just sent me a card. Thank you in advance, and I will thank you again very soon. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm getting a rotisserie chicken and some cat litter. Woo woo. That's my exciting day. Okay, I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.